Welcome everyone. In this lecture we are going to see one of the configuration of operational amplifier, that is differential amplifier. So there are three different arrangements of the differential amplifier with negative feedback. That is, these arrangements are according to the how many op amps we are using, whether we are using one operational amplifier, two or three operational amplifiers. There are three arrangements, that is differential amplifier with one op amp, differential amplifier with two op amp, and differential amplifier with three op amp. The differential amplifier is nothing but when we are providing input voltage to both of the input terminals and its output is the difference between the two input signals, and that will be amplified by a factor, is called as differential amplifier. See, into this circuit we have provided Vx as the input to the inverting input terminal through resistor R1 and V of y as input to the non-inverting input terminal through resistor R2. Okay, and difference between these two inputs, that is differential input voltage present between the two inputs, is Vxy. Vxy is Vx minus V of y. So output voltage V0 is equal to minus Rf by R1 into bracket Vx minus Vy. Here we have to note that operational amplifier never amplifies the individual signal sources. It will first find out the difference between the inputs and then this difference will get amplified by a gain factor AF. So what is the difference? Difference is Vx minus Vy, and this difference will get amplified by a factor Rf by R1. Not the individual signal will get amplified and then added. See here, for this differential amplifier, what we did, the arrangement is like R1 is equal to R2 and for RF is equal to R3. Okay, we have to find out the parameters for this differential amplifier. The first parameter is voltage gain. As we know that the circuit has two inputs, one is Vx and another is V of y. So that to find out the output voltage we have to go for the use of superposition theorem to find out the relation between the inputs and outputs. What is the superposition theorem is? The output voltage, first of all we have to find out the output voltage because of the individual signal sources with other signal source is equal to 0, and then we have to add the output because of respective signal sources. What it means is, first of all, output voltage by superposition theorem is defined as output voltage V0 is output voltage because of the input signal Vx, output voltage because of Vx plus output voltage because of Vy. Okay, so that is nothing but superposition theorem. First find out the output voltage because of one of the signal source with other source is equal to 0, and then find out output voltage because of the other input signal source with the first signal source is equal to 0. So let's see what is the output voltage here respectively. When V of y is equal to 0, the configuration is nothing but, see, V of y is equal to 0 means this will get grounded. See, the equivalent circuit we have drawn here is V of y is 0 means R2 is connected to ground. So only V of x is present here. So when input is present only to the inverting input terminal, see how we can define this is, when input is present to the only to inverting input terminal, the op amp is called to be working in a inverting configuration. Now because of input is to the inverting, now op amp is called as an inverting amplifier, and we know that what is the output voltage for inverting amplifier. Output voltage will be denoted as V0x, that is because of x is equal to gain of inverting amplifier is minus Rf by R1 into input voltage which is Vx, that is this minus Rf by R1 is gain of inverting amplifier. So output voltage is V0x is equal to minus Rf by R1 into V of x. Okay, represent it as equation number 1. Now see here, similarly for the another signal source, that is V of y is present here. When V of x is equal to 0, this V of x is equal to 0 and only V of y is present, Now the circuit will be nothing but a non-inverting amplifier because input is given to non-inverting. V of x is equal to 0. This configuration is a non-inverting amplifier configuration, and we have to find out the input to this because there is the circuit, there are two resistors R2 and R3, and these two resistors will constitute a circuit which is called as voltage divider network. So R2 R3 will compose a voltage divider network, and because of which there is voltage generated across R3, that is V1 voltage, and V1 voltage we can find out from this by the voltage divider rule. Okay, so first find out the input to the non-inverting input terminal, that is V1. By voltage divider rule, V1 is equal to voltage across R3. So R3 divided by total resistance of the network, voltage divider network, R2 plus R3 into input to this network is V of Y. So what is input? V1 is the input given to non-inverting. It is R3 into V of Y by R2 plus R3. For non-inverting configuration, we know that output voltage equation is gain into input voltage Vin. What is gain? Gain is 1 plus Rf by R1 and input signal Vin that we have provided. So the output due to V of Y we can calculate here is V0Y is equal to, gain equation is 1 plus Rf by R1 into input voltage Vin is nothing but V1, not V of Y, because of this V of Y there is voltage across R3, that is V1, and V1 will act as input. So input is V1. Now substitute the value of V1 into this equation and we have V0Y, that is output voltage because of V of Y is equal to 1 plus Rf by R1 into V1 is R3 by R2 plus R3 into V of Y. Okay, so already from the circuit we have R1 is equal to R2 and Rf is equal to R3. See, in the circuit we have denoted R2 is equal to R1 and R3 is equal to Rf. If this is the case, we are simply substituting into this relation R1 is equal to R2 and Rf is equal to R3. So rewrite the equation number 4. We can write output voltage because of V of Y is equal to 1 plus Rf by R1 and R3 is equal to Rf divided by R2 is R1 plus R3 is Rf into V of Y. So now when we are rearranging for this bracket, this is simply make the denominator common, R1 plus Rf by R1 into Rf by R1 plus Rf. This R1 plus Rf will get eliminated, cancelled out with R1 plus Rf. What is remaining is output voltage with V of Y is output voltage with V of Y is equal to Rf by R1 into V of Y. So this is equation number 5. Now we got two equations. First equation is for output voltage because of V of X, equation number 1, and the another equation V of Y, that is equation number 5, is Rf by R1 into V of Y. Now we have to go for the superposition theorem. By superposition theorem, now we have to write out the output voltage equation. Okay, so from equation 1 and 5, the net output voltage is, what is 1 is V of X is equal to minus Rf by R1 into Vx, and V of Y 5 is V0Y is equal to Rf by R1 into Vy. Output voltage by superposition theorem is output voltage because of X plus output voltage because of V of Y. So it is V of X is minus Rf by R1 into Vx minus Rf by R1 into Vx plus V0Y is Rf by R1 into V of Y. So output voltage, we can take Rf by R1 common, minus Rf by R1 when we are taking outside. Remaining coefficient here is plus Vx, but here it is minus of Vy as we have taken minus Rf by R1 outside. So that output voltage is minus Rf by R1 into bracket Vxy. What is Vxy is? Vxy is differential input voltage, which is the difference of Vx and Vy. Vx minus Vy is represented as Vxy. So the total voltage gain, now we can rearrange this equation. Voltage gain for differential amplifier will be represented here as AD. that's a differential gain AD is equal to output voltage V0 divided by differential input voltage is Vxy is equal to what is remaining is minus Rf by R1. So the equation number 7 will represent the voltage gain for differential amplifier with with one op amp, that is similar to the voltage gain equation of inverting amplifier, that is minus Rf by R1. Okay, so now for this we have calculated the input resistance gain equation. Again we have to calculate for the one of the parameter is input resistance with feedback. To find out the input resistance with feedback, we have seen that, see the actual differential amplifier circuit diagram, and then we can find out the input resistance. So what is the circuitry here is, see this is the differential amplifier with one op amp, to which we have provided Vx as the input to inverting and V of y as the input to the non-inverting input terminal. Now how we can define the input resistance? Input resistance of an operational amplifier is defined as the differential amplifier is the resistance determined looking into either of the input terminal of the op amp with other terminal connected to ground. What it means that when we are looking into the inverting input terminal, that is into the V of x is the signal source which is given to the inverting input terminal. At that time when we are looking into the inverting input terminal for input resistance with feedback, at that time V of y must be is equal to 0. If V of y is equal to 0, what is the input voltage V1? V11 is equal to 0. See, what happens is we are looking for the input resistance into the input terminal, and that is inverting input terminal, where V of x is the signal which is present and V of y is equal to 0. If it is 0, V1 voltage will automatically is equal to 0. So if when V1 is equal to 0, this configuration of amplifier is which configuration? Which is inverting amplifier with negative feedback. Okay, V of y is equal to 0 means op amp will be now working in inverting configuration, and we have already derived input resistance of the inverting amplifier with negative feedback. What is that is? V of x is present, we are looking for the input resistance. See, when V of x is present, we are looking into this input terminal, R1 is the input resistance present. Actually we know that there is internal resistor Ri, and to find out the input resistance of inverting amplifier, we have Millerized the feedback resistor Rf. In the previous lecture we have seen that how we find the input resistance of inverting amplifier. We have Millerized this Rf resistor into two components. One is connected to inverting input and another is connected to the output terminal. So that Millerized component at the input and input resistance of open loop op amp Ri, both are in parallel combinations, and this parallel combination will reduce us to the minimum resistance value. So this signal source Vx will experience the resistance, input resistance, and that is equal to R1. So we are defining here with V of y is equal to 0, the circuit is an inverting amplifier and the input resistance of inverting amplifier Rifx is approximately is equal to R1. Okay, that already we had arrived. How it will come, that also we have find in the previous lectures of inverting amplifier with feedback or voltage shunt feedback amplifier. The same equation we got there is Rifx is approximately is equal to R1. Note this one as equation number 8. Similarly, we have to look into the another input terminal, that is non-inverting input terminal. When we are looking into the non-inverting input terminal, the condition is that we have to set V of x is equal to 0. So that this signal source will become short, or we have to short circuit this signal source. This value is equal to 0. R1 is connected to ground. So if this is the case, now we can say that op amp is in non-inverting configuration. Which configuration is? It is non-inverting configuration. So when V of x is equal to 0, the differential amplifier is nothing but, or it will becomes a non-inverting amplifier. And for non-inverting amplifier, input resistance RIF is very high. We know that its input resistance with feedback will get increased, and that is 1 plus AB times the input resistance of the open loop op amp Ri. That is, input resistance with feedback for non-inverting is RIF is equal to Ri into bracket 1 plus AB. So here is similarly we can write that input resistance with feedback RIFY is equal to approximately equal to, see what should be it is input resistance when we are looking into input terminal for differential amplifier. It is, there are two resistors R2 and R3. So this signal source V of Y will experience the input resistance R2 plus R3. So it is RIFY is approximately is equal to R2 plus R3. So from these two equations, equation number 8 and equation number 9, we can say that there is inequality between the input resistances experienced by both of the input terminals when the other terminal is grounded, and we can correct this inequality with some basic arrangements into the differential amplifier. Basic differential amplifiers, we have to modify it, and then we can find that its input resistance will be equal one. Okay, so in case of input resistance we find this. Now if we want to find out the output resistance of the differential amplifier, how we are finding out the output resistance, or how we have defined the output resistance with feedback? The output resistance is nothing but resistance when we are looking into the output terminal of op amp with the independent signal sources grounded. That is, we have to make Vx is equal to 0 and V of y is equal to 0 and provide the external output signal source at the output terminal V0. Here we have to provide the output voltage source V0, and because of which there is one current I0 flowing into the input terminal. Okay, and because of I0 we have already seen how to find out the output resistance of the inverting amplifier, as well as how to find out the output resistance of the non-inverting configuration, where we have connected the external signal source V0 at the output, and we have used the equivalent circuit, internal equivalent circuit of the operational amplifier, where there is Thevenin's equivalent signal source and input resistance Ri, open loop input resistance Ri is present. Also the open loop output resistance R0 is present. So because of the output signal voltage connected at this point V0, there is one current flowing I0, and we have applied the KCL to find out that I0 current will be flowing through the R0 output resistance register R0, and then we have find by applying the KVL that what should be the current I0. So output resistance, how we are defining is output resistance with feedback is nothing but output voltage divided by output current. This equation we already have seen how we have find it. So it is V0 by I0, and I0 when we have calculated, we got this one as near about some V0 into bracket 1 plus AB by R0, and hence we got output resistance is R0 by 1 plus AB. Okay, the same output resistance will be obtained when we are using the differential amplifier configuration. That is, output resistance with feedback is similar to the output resistance of inverting amplifier with feedback, or output resistance of the non-inverting amplifier with feedback. Make this one as equation number 10. So the same parameters we can apply here, as this configuration is having both of the input terminals. Differential amplifier will be used in number of applications, like we can use it for instrumentation amplifiers, for industrial applications where there is need to find out the difference between the two signal sources, to compare the two input signal sources, in such applications we have used the differential amplifier because it will provide the better stability and it will give the better results when we can compare the two input signal sources. So in such applications, for industrial applications, when there is need to track on the quantity to be measured or what is the production of the industry, accordingly we can compare for the predefined values. In that cases this differential amplifier have been used. Okay, so in the coming lectures we are seeing that the other arrangements of differential amplifier that will provide the high input resistance when we are using the differential amplifier with two operational op amps, and we have designed the differential amplifier when there is three operational amplifiers are used. This we are going to do, that is we are increasing the number of differential amplifiers to increase the or to make the equality between the input resistance of the op amp, and it can provide the better results in comparison of the different signals coming from the sensors or transducers, as it will be used for number of the industrial applications. It will track on the different industrial productions, so that we can apply this instrumentation into the instrumentation amplifier also. So in the coming lecture we are going to see the differential amplifier with two op amp, its voltage gain, and also we are going to find out the input resistance of differential amplifier with two op amp. See, one thing we have find out here is when we are using differential amplifier with one op amp, its voltage gain is similar to the voltage gain of inverting amplifier, which is minus Rf by R1. Okay, so that in the next we can see that this is similar to the inverting amplifier. Gain is simply similar to the inverting amplifier, and differential input voltage is voltage at inverting minus voltage at non-inverting. And we have used the superposition theorem. Thank you.